Shalom. We want to give all praises, blessings, glories, and honors to Yahweh, the King of Terrors, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash, and double honors to our elder apostles, the bishop elders of Great Millstone, who taught us this truth, as well as men of like mind. Shalom wa chasad, which means peace and mercy, to the elect of the nation of Israel, whom you saw born Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelite foreigners of the seedline of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who were scattered here in America, which is Babylon the Great and abroad. To you we say Shalom, beginning with the 144,000 prophets, and Yahweh, the King of Terrors, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, willing. This lesson is edifying. My name is Quanawath, and I'm with the brothers Rawai, Shalom.
I'm Wadayah, Shalom.
And Wadi Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for allowing us to hit the button, as our beloved brother Barack Obama would often say. And I'd also like to thank Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for allowing us to rehearse the Pesach, Passover, which is Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai's Passover, the chief high holy day, which we rehearse in remembrance of Yahweh Shai's sacrifice and the grace that the Heavenly Father Yahweh extended through Yahweh Shai, through Yahweh Shai's sacrifice. And so we're back on our way to our destination, and we were just meditating on the scriptures, meditating on the times that we're in. And Brother Rawai made a point to the Spirit earlier that we are truly living in the latter days. In the end, as it is written, the end is come. The end is come.
That's right.
It watches for thee, behold, it is come. And the brother Ayash supplemented it by making a statement that there's only so long, that the devil can keep kicking the can down the road. In other words, the wicked is running out of tomorrows.
Yeah.
So that being said, you brothers got it.
Can you get, actually, I'll just read. I'm going to start off with the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and I'm going to start from the top. Habakkuk 2 and 1 says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Okay, so the men of the Lord, the prophets of Yahweh Shemel Shai, are standing upon our watch, are standing upon upon the tower, watching for the prophecies, watching the events take place in the world and linking them to biblical prophecy. Okay, that's the times that we're in. That's the season that we're in. Okay, and the season that we're in is the season and the time of war. All right, as you can see from the current events that's going on. All right, currently the United States is in a war, allied with the state of Israel, and they're in the war right now with Iran. All right, and that's the season, that's the time that we're in. We're standing upon our watch, and we're giving the spiritual update to the elect. Every day these videos, these epistles are going out week in and week out. We're on the highways and the byways to do the work. Okay, and the Lord is revealing these prophecies and linking the events that's happening to these prophecies. Okay, which the scriptures say, measure the times diligently in itself. All right, so that's exactly what we're doing. We're standing upon our watch. Verse 2 says, and the Lord, Yahweh Bashemel Shai, answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. And how much more plain can the Lord make it? All right, how much more can the Lord make it? All right, when we're talking about the last few prophecies that are set to take place, all right, you have Jacob's trouble, you have the MOTB, you have World War III, all right, you have Yahweh Shai's return, the salvation of the elect. All of these things have signs attached to them, and events that are attached to them that allow us to link and measure prophecy and understand the time that we're in. So how much more plain can the Lord make it? All right, it says that he may run that readeth it. All right, so we are receiving the message from Yahweh by Shema Shai, and we are giving that message. We going out to the highways, the byways, we hitting the button like we're doing right now, and we're giving that warning, we're giving that message. All right, verse 3 says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. And that appointed time is now.
Right.
It's right now. You know, you'll hear people say, you know, we're living in biblical times. Okay? I mean, they'll say those things without the necessary, you know, the correct understanding. Right? Because there are prophecies that people can kind of, you know, look and, especially when it comes to the MOTB. You know, they see this technology, they see this new system that's being lifted up, and you go, yo, that's in the book of Revelation. Yeah. Right? So that the visions of these prophecies is for a point in time, and that's the time that we're in right now. Right. You know, you hear a lot of nuclear war talk, right? These visions are for this specific time that we're in, and they're linked directly to biblical prophecy. So when people say, you know, we're in biblical times, you know, that's what they mean.
Right.
You know, because the Lord is making it plain. All right. Now, the world, the people in the world, they don't have the full understanding, the full breakdown. But guess what? A lot of people are listening to the prophets. They're watching the men of the Lord, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, and they're listening and they're watching the videos, and they're starting to get a better understanding of what is really going on. All right, and that's through the power and the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai.
God.
All right, your brothers want to expound. Yeah.
There's a reason why we are running, because we have a message to deliver to the house of Israel, and that is the visions that are written within the scriptures, because they are for an appointed time, and since they are for an appointed time in which we are living in, our duty is to run and deliver the message to the sons and daughters of the nation of Israel, so that they may know that we are living in the end.
That's right, bro.
And we are approaching the end of the end and the return of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai.
That's right, bro.
Right? And I have a quick precept before I hand it to you. This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 4. Because a part of that vision is the prophecy of the destruction of the kingdom of the wicked. According to the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4, is Esau and Edom, identified as a so-called Caucasian race today. Right? In whose hand, beginning with their wealthy banking families, including their Rothschilds, their Gettys, their DuPonts, their Bowers, their Lees, so on and so forth, the earth has been given into for a season pursuant to the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. Right? So this is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? So the triumphing, the victory, the crusade of the wicked is short. We know so because every nation, every kingdom had its eon, its uninterrupted age of rulership until it was time for them to fall. And now we are living in the time of the fall of the wicked, which is the end. And with the end comes the beginning of the kingdom of Yashar Allah, of Israel, with Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, King David, and the rest of the apostles and the rest of the men in their order in the governing body and the elect to rule and reign upon the earth in righteousness. Right? So knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Because Esau, Edom's joy is running out of tomorrows. It's short-lived.
That's right.
All right? And he's a hypocrite. Which a hypocrite is a false pretender, because the elite banking families know that their end is nigh, is at hand, but they'll try to so-called save face and try to fight against the prophecies, try to upset the prophecies, but that's impossible. Right? So the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens through the space force satellites, and his head returned to the clouds.
Right.
Yet he shall perish forever, like his own dung.
That's right.
Because he is the basis of men. They, which have seen him shall say, where is he? Because according to biblical prophecy, after 1,000 years of serving hardcore bondage under us, the nation of Israel began with the elect, they're going to be exterminated.
Right.
According to the book of Obadiah.
Right.
Okay, that's biblical prophecy. Whether you believe it or not, whether you like it or not.
Right.
He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also, which saw him, shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. So the end of the wicked is inevitable.
That's right.
Edom is done.
God.
Idumea is finished.
Yeah.
Okay? You gotta rewind.
Just to expound, he's running out of plays. Esau's running out of plays. He's running out of support. Like the elder bro Yashawamba always says, he's losing control of the narrative, right? And he him kicking the can down the road, it's he ain't got nothing to kick. The Lord has exposed him.
Yep.
And the only thing left is for this devil to go down. And the brother brought out, we ought to measure the times. Can somebody get Matthew 24 and 32, Baba Kasha?
Yeah.
Because, there's a way where we know how close we are. And the Lord, the Wadi Yahweh Shem Abishai for the signs,
Right.
For the signs that he's given us, and everything that we're living through right now in 2026, these signs we're getting is proof that he's running out of plays. He's running out of time. You got it, bro.
Matthew 24 and 32. It says, now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh.
Right. So when the seasons change, okay, when the buds start to grow on the trees, we understand what season we're about to be in.
It's a season come.
Okay? We know that because the buds are the buds are growing on the trees. Oh, it's about to be springtime and summer again, right? That's a sign, right? Right now, we're watching war take place. We're watching an economy collapse. We're watching a rulership fall. Okay? So that's going to usher in these prophecies. All right? And that's how we're able to measure the times, because the Lord gives us signs, just like he's given signs, just like we're watching the seasons change. Okay, when we see the tree, the leaves fall off the trees, we know it's wintertime. All right, these are signs, telltale signs of the times that we're in, of the season that we're in. And right now we're in a season of war. All right, we're in a season of calamity and struggle and destruction. All right, and that's how we're able to measure the times. Go ahead.
You mentioned in the end of Esau, right? And that's marked by his new world order system that he's implemented. The scriptures say that he knows that he have but a short time, right? So that's why he's coming the way. He's going to come down with great wrath, because he knows that he have but a short time. So this whole new technocracy, this whole new world order system, because this old system is not doing it can't be sustained. So the fact that it can't be sustained, he has to come with this new system, because he knows that old one is just like, it's only a matter of time. So now he has to come down with this new whole entire beast system, much worse than it is now, through his technology, and he's gonna come down. He's gonna come in like a flood. You know what I'm saying? Let me keep reading. 24, Matthew 24 and 33. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors.
Right. So again, signs of the times. Okay. When we see what things? When we see hyperinflation on the cusp of hyperinflation.
Right.
When we see them diluting the oil and the gas, right? When we see the fake food being printed, we know the times we're in, man.
Yeah.
All right. When we see people rising up, the people rioting in the streets, marching in the streets. They just did the King's March. Thousands of people across the world.
Right.
All right. This civil unrest that's present. This sense of uncertainty that's present in the world.
Yeah.
All right. These are the signs of the times. Just as we know, okay, when those buds grow on them trees, we know summer's coming. Well, we know hell is coming, and we know the end of Esau's rulership is coming.
Right.
That's ultimately what we're talking about right now.
Right.
All right, the end of Esau's rulership, and we have the signs, the water, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, for the eyes to see and the ears to hear.
That's right.
All right, that's it, bro.
Yeah. Well, with the No Kings March, people are coming out in full opposition of DJT and this whole MAGA movement, and basically saying, man, the people that are in power are going to be the reason why this place completely collapses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the scriptures say that they shall have no regards for their kings or princes, right? So whether it comes to a point where they're just going to be like, all right, we're completely done with the whole, political system, right? These people that are in these authoritative seats, these dignitaries, these people who are making the decisions, people are not going to regard them as anything but just like, you know what I'm saying? They're just going to be like, man, these people ain't, we don't have any regard for them. Mm-hmm. We don't have, because they're the reasons why our kingdom is collapsing. There's the reason why all hell breaking loose. There's the reason why, you know what I'm saying? And you see that infighting, scriptures talk about Egyptian versus Egyptian. Yeah. You can see all of these prophecies and these signs, they're all linking together. The Lord is showing us every single day. Right. You know what I'm saying? If I could, I just bring this point up, and I got you, Q. I just wanted to mention that
you got it.
Edomites are the ones leading this no kings shit.
That's right.
It's them.
That's the
so
infighting.
To the point, they're like y'all about to F up the little control that we got. Like y'all fucking up our kingdom. Right? Trump and the rest of y'all fucking up our kingdom. What are y'all doing? So these devils are losing it, man. I just wanted to make that point, man, because these Edomites are the ones leading these no kings marches, man. Right. But you got it, bro.
And they know that they have but a short time.
That's right.
And
that's right.
In closing, this is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6, verse 7 through 9, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, that he is referring to Uriel the archangel, speaking to our forefather Ezra. From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau's end is inevitable and is at hand. He's done, he's doomed.
That's right.
And Israel is about to be the next that followeth.
That's right.
The beginning of it that followeth. Right? And so with that, we want to give all praises, blessings, glories, and honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakodash. Double honors to our elder apostles and bishop elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. And shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.
Yes, sir.